All right, kids, I'm going to try and do a little sort of a what would we call this here? A review of the Mackie introduction and beginning of a review of a Mackie ProFx10 version 3. And this is, it's got 10 inputs altogether, 2 mic plus high impedance instrument inputs, two more microphone inputs. The first 2 channels have compression on them. Then there's 6 inputs of basic line inputs. It's got a single effects processor with 1 auxiliary send to it, and it's got control room out. Those are balanced. It's got main outputs, XLR, and a balanced TRS, control room and balanced TRS. It's got, you can have a send from the FX send, which goes to the main FXs, so it becomes like an aux send. And there's a phone output up there too. So that's the basic introduction to it. What else has it got? It's got mute switches on it, which is kind of good. It's got gain for the first 4 channels, and then just simply levels for the extra 6, basically. So it's just level to the main mix for the line inputs. This has a gain input, like a preamp input, and then level to the main mix. It also has 3-channel EQ, low, mid, high. And I just started getting into this. I think the mid is like 2.5K, which is, it's not very useful. It's just I don't know what they're called. I'm looking for this. They've got some kind of, yeah, it says low, mid, high. Yeah, it shows the, right down here, it shows that the mid is 2.5K and the high is 12 kilohertz. The low is 80 hertz. Now there's on these first 4 channels, there's a low cut 100 hertz switch too. I was messing around with this with vocals and oops, I shouldn't be doing that, shaking my thing. Vocals and an acoustic guitar, and I don't find the EQ very useful for the acoustic guitar. The main thing to do is to maybe use the low cut on it, and if you're getting too much muddiness, a lot of times if you're EQing, with something that's got parametric EQ, excuse me, you would dip some of the lower mids in the 250 range, that kind of thing. But this, like I said, this is 2.5K, so I don't find that very useful for the an acoustic guitar at all. So what else for this introduction that we've got going on here? It's in case I didn't say it, it's got USB, which is supposed to be 24/192 capable. It showed up immediately on my Mac computer with no glitches. It's 2 in. I thought their advertisement said 2 in, 4 out, and I haven't gotten to the 4 out. There's some options to change what's going where, and I haven't done that fully. Yeah, USB 3 and 4. Number 9 and 10 can be switched to USB 3 and 4. So I'm not sure the total usefulness of that, but the one thing I did find very useful here, actually, is that it's got this a pot where you can go between and do a blend of mix from your actual inputs to the inputs on the mixer, the analog section, to the USB return. So that was useful to me right away. So let's see. Preliminary use of the effects found for me. I didn't like it on acoustic guitar, but it's fine for vocals. So that's probably what it's. Hey, 12368 hike. Probably what it's angled for. It's more vocals. Hello. That's a fine EQ. I don't mind that at all for vocal. There's like 24 different settings for EQs, but it's like I said, that's a preliminary assessment. It has another issue, and I'm not sure that I've got this worked out yet, what the issue is so far. And that issue is kind of that, I'm shaking my video here. That issue is that what I'd call the taper of the preamp inputs is non-linear, I guess. I don't know how you call that thing, and it's something that I've encountered before. It's a situation where without some adjustment or modification, you go from what seems to be almost no gain to massive gain. It doesn't seem to go evenly, and that's a deal with the mapping of electrical energy onto the actual hearing of you have your hearing energy. And so some consoles have an adjustment so that when you use the pot, it sounds more consistent or constant or gradual. But I don't think this does. I don't know if that's the exact problem. And it does seem to, it's a bit noisy. And that's my first evaluation. And it can distort easily. It doesn't have that much headroom. So that's my preliminary go over this thing. I'm going to make some more in-depth evaluations and see what happens. We'll get back to you.